right, and welcome back to Barely Interesting with Solomon Anderson and myself, the god of Lego and law. And with us today is Crime Spies. Thank you very much for joining us, Crime Spies.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is going to be great. So we have day 9 of the Zachariah Anderson trial. I'm wearing my shirt.
I'm not wearing my shirt. It might be in the mailbox.
That's okay. We know you
You'll
have the
to have
thong
me on
again. So we have it's Sadie Day. I don't know what else to say. It's Sadie Day. The entire day is Sadie Anderson. Or Sadie. Oh my God. Whoa. Sadie Anderson.
Sadie
I feel like I'm conflating two shows right now. Sadie Beach show.
Let's not get carried away, David.
Yeah, right. Sadie spent the entire day on the stand today. And this was the first time I had watched it from start to finish. I mean, she's still not done, right? We ended the day on cross-examination arguing about some text messages, which we're going to get into. But this was the first time that I had watched it without like looking for a particular clip or something like that to talk about. And I feel this is what I've been saying. Like the whole time I've been talking about this case for the last year, it has been consistently, for me, it has been, there's not enough evidence. There's like no evidence pointing to Zach's guilt. Watching this testimony again, it's gone beyond that to, I don't believe the testimony.
I don't either.
From this particular witness. Even if I was to accept as true the testimony from every other witness, I can see where, okay, they might be telling the truth. I don't think it's enough. But this testimony did not ring true to me. And there was one line when Sadie is being questioned. That it's a cross-examination. And God, now I forget what the line is.
This with the phone where she lied? Zachariah was looking for the phone, and she's like, "What phone? I don't know what you're talking about." And then
it's not even that. No. Oh, no. It was when she was asking, when Nicole was asking Sadie about, I don't know if it was Zach or Rosalio cooking, and she said, "Well, was that at the stove?" And she's like, "Well, where else would you cook?"
Oh,
and it's
snark.
like,
yeah.
The snark. It was that. Well, I don't know. You could be grilling. You could cook over a campfire. You could order in. There's a ton of different scenarios here. But the snarky response of, "Well, where else would you cook food?"
She did that a few times, and
that was the one thing that I pointed out.
I noticed that when she was cross-examined, instead of saying yes or correct or whatever, with Nicole, she's like, "Yep, sure, yep." She's just, I hate her. Okay.
Well, I'm just, you can have all your opinions. But I just, at the end of the day, I feel like for me, her testimony wasn't truthful, which then led me to think, okay, the jury heard this and the jury found her credible. And so if you are someone out there that believes Zach is truly guilty, did you find her testimony just as more of a scorned, angry victim in this case, as opposed to someone who might be just have an attitude? I don't know. I just didn't find it credible. But that's my position on this. And so I'm just curious, are there people out there, and probably not the ones listening to us live at the moment, that found it credible? And if so, why? I just want to hear from someone who found it credible and why. That's all. As an attorney, I want to study these things. But there were some,
because her testimony was before OAs and some other people. Maybe it was so far back that they, I don't know, forgot. But what I found interesting was, well, like I said, she lied. I mean, she admitted on the stand that she's a liar with Zach and looking for the phone.
Yes.
I don't know. To me, it seemed like I was talking to somebody in the chat, and I said, it seems to me like when she cries, she's not crying because of what Zachariah did that hurt her. She's crying because of what Zachariah is saying to her at the time that she's starting to, get the sniffles on the stand. She's crying because she knows what he's saying is true, not because he's
Yes.
hurting her. And another thing I was going to point out, with this whole
moreover,
thing,
I think that I must be lagging. I'm sorry, but one of the issues that I had was that it was that it's like this culture of victimhood that she really tries to press. Where immediately following Zach's arrest, she was talking about how Rosalia was her person and all of this stuff, and she kind of leaned heavily into that. But then we find out that not only was Rosalia dating 4, 5, 6 women, but she was also talking to and or dating almost a half a dozen men. So we
didn't get into that because that objection was sustained.
I mean,
why
true,
is that relevant, Judge? Sustained. You are lagging a little bit. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. I can try and reconnect or something maybe, but it's a bit of a headache because it's another piece of her dishonesty on the stand. I mean, the investigators had the information. They had her text messages. They had all of this in hand, and yet this is what we're dealing with. And I'll share a little bit more in a little bit, but I'll let you keep going. I'm sorry.
I was going to say there was so much evidence today with her and Rosalio talking about breaking your brother's legs, and maybe he should get a taste of his own medicine or what have you. There was way more evidence for, I don't know, collusion, if you want to use that word, collusion to cause bodily harm, than there ever was any evidence, even to this day, that Zach was stalking her. Yet he gets thrown in the clink.
And the stalking aspect of it is an incidental charge at the end of the day, compared to the unaliving charge, right? So what we're dealing with primarily is the motive, right? Yeah, there is the underlying stalking charge, but we're dealing with the motive. Does Zach have a motive based off of Sadie's testimony? That's why her testimony is so key, because it establishes the motive. And I just...
I have one more tiny thing. You know how Rosalio was telling her today, or in the text messages and stuff today, he was saying, oh yeah, you got to do this, you got to document this because it's going to help you in the custody battle. But yet in the last couple days, they were talking about, oh, Zach had a file on his computer for, Rosalio, etc. Well, Rosalio was basically telling Sadie to do the exact same thing. And that came out in the testimony today. Hi, Lefty.
Yes, exactly. That it's okay for one party to do it, but if the other party does it, then they're stalking, right? That's essentially what we're talking about here.
I mean, there was more evidence that Sadie was, if you want to call it stalking Zach and threatening bodily harm, or at least colluding with someone to cause bodily harm, than Zach ever had against her.
Solomon, did you notice who was doing the direct examination of Sadie?
Yes. It was Jessica Kraseric. Yeah. And I did notice because she also pushed some of the judge's buttons. Are you still getting a lag here, or did it resolve?
No, it fixed itself. It's much better.
All right. I think that was the file struggling to finish its upload, and I see that Jen just told me that it failed. So I might actually swap to her computer so I can present the whole thing.
Are you talking about the PowerPoint that I have up?
Yeah, well, the PowerPoint and the recording that we're premiering tonight. So with all the technical difficulties, we might just have some jockeying with this. So I might pop out for a second, and then I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. We're going to go a little off script this stream.
We're
starting late for the first time ever. Solomon's going to jump in and out. Well, we've been trying to present something. That's what took us so long to get started.
It's going to be well worth it.
It is. It's going to be very cool. So you guys got to stick around for that. But I did want to say that there were a lot of hearsay arguments. But more importantly, I wanted to take this opportunity to explain why sometimes, people always talk about, well, why didn't the parties just stipulate to this or stipulate to that? And a lot of times it's, why doesn't the state stipulate to an element if the defense isn't arguing it? And the state always comes back and says, it's our burden to prove. We want to be able to prove it. But there could be some hazards in stipulating by the defense. This came up today, where the defense had stipulated to the foundation of the maps showing the location of Zachariah's phone. They stipulated to the foundation of it, which means the defense is not requiring someone to come in and establish foundation for how these maps were generated and all of this stuff. The problem is that then it was used with Sadie, who has no idea how these maps were created.
Yeah, I heard that objection.
Yeah, she objected first and said that there's no foundation. We stipulate to the foundation, but she doesn't know what she's looking at. And the judge is like, well, it's a map.
She's speculating on what she was, the argument was speculation, which of course.
Well, but it wasn't, because it's a map and everyone can read a map and be like, oh yeah, those are the crossroads. That's Rosalio's apartment. The problem is that Sadie didn't generate the map. And so for foundational reasons, it could have been kept out, except for the fact that the defense stipulated to it and said, we're not going to require the state to produce a witness to establish the foundation. So that's a danger of stipulating to some things. It might be innocuous. You might be like, yeah, no, okay, it's a map. So what? It's a phone that was pinged there that day. We're not contesting that because we know Sadie took Zach's phone there. But now the state is using it for a different purpose that the defense didn't anticipate.
Was that the phone ping map, or was that just a map of his house?
I thought it was a phone ping map. I thought it was showing where the phone was located. That's what I heard. And we're not. But the point is that the defense objected to using it with this witness, but because they stipulated to it, its foundation, it was allowed in. So that's just the danger that I wanted to point out when you're doing litigation and you're stipulating to something. Understand that it could come back and kind of bite you in the ass. And that's why I don't tend to stipulate to anything. The other attorneys might think, well, I'm just being an asshole. But no, there's a reason why, because I don't want you to just use it randomly. So I wanted to point that out.
Give him an inch, he'll take a mile anyway.
Well, that's the other thing, is that he continuously does this. I had
He's a snake.
So many The More You Know clips for today's episode. I had so many of them, but this one I thought was great because it's almost kind of coming full circle, and he just doesn't quite grab it.
You claim that during this time, back in April, now let's move kind of later to April, before your daughter's birthday, Mr. Anderson's still texting you?
Objection to the term you claim is argumentative. Sorry, objection to the term you claim, it is argumentative.
Well, what's the difference between saying that and saying you have testified?
Well, one reflects what is happening, and the other reflects that sounds like it has a bias attached to it.
Well, I think there's probably some validity to that, but it's still an acceptable question overall.
My God, that guy.
I love it because he's trying so hard. If you remember,
it sounds like there's some bias attached.
Okay. He learned what an argumentative question was, and he's been trying so hard to just like get his head wrapped around it. And he fired his shot. Argumentative, because there's bias in the question, and the judge is like, no, that's not really argumentative. Sorry, good try. Let's move on.
He's getting desperate.
Yeah, it was funny. Solomon, we just played the More You Know clip.
I saw it. I couldn't listen to it, but I'm over here trying to solve all of the technical difficulties. But
you're doing a wonderful job. Look at you.
I'm now using a Mac, so I normally use Windows. So there's a little bit of learning
It
I'm
only has
doing it,
one
just the
button. I don't
interface.
get the Mac one button thing.
I don't understand it either.
I switched from a Mac to a PC, and it took me forever to figure out.
So, I have another one. I don't have it up, queued up to play, but it was arguments over hearsay, and what the prosecutor, the woman, I forget her name, what she was trying to have Sadie testify to was the telephone call conversation from her friend and what her friend said to her. And their justification for it was that, well, she's going to testify anyway. She'll testify as to what it is. And the judge was like, well, okay, by definition, that is hearsay because
Yeah.
she can't be here to be cross-examined. But if you're going to call her as a witness anyways, then just ask her when she's on the stand. I don't understand the issue here. So the judge is teaching them all kinds of hearsay rules and proper, questioning techniques throughout this trial. So it's good. They're learning. But oh, I thought he had. Are you able to share the clip or the thing?
So I'm trying to get the screen share to work on an Apple, but the Apple firewall is now blocking me.
Oh, I'm gonna have to start breaking
This
out
is-
some of.
This is hilarious.
Whoop, didn't mean to do that. We're just gonna put the
So,
hold
I
music
need your
on
touch
while we
ID.
get back to this.
I could sing my song.
Here, I'll turn the
This
camera
might
off
be
for
a
you, my love.
touch longer than 45 minutes.
All right.
Uh,
This is ridiculous. All right, I need you to do the thing.
all right, so crime spies. While they're doing their thing, I'm gonna mute them because they're chit chatting. You watched this trial from start to finish on your channel, right?
Mm-hmm. Over Christmas and New Year's.
Have
Zach
you seen
actually
it?
mentioned it in his journal.
Had you mentioned it at all, or I mean, had you watched it at all prior to that?
No. This trial was happening right as I was launching Crime Spies. And so there was somebody else that had just started a channel like right around the same time I was starting mine. And I remember watching The Verdict, but I had never really watched anything to do with it. But then when Baker had Solomon on and it was like right before Christmas, I was like,
Okay.
oh, this really, I mean, I've seen the Free Zachariah Anderson thing, floating around for a while. And I guess I just never had enough time to like dive into it. And I thought, well, what better opportunity than around the holidays to do it? And boy, I just can't stop thinking about it. Like every day I try to do something with it, going through the website or going through my notes or going through like the transcripts. Law Kong Express, I think I've watched all 5 of his episodes at least 3 times a piece. The Wrongful
Yeah, we had
podcast.
Law Kong on earlier
Friday.
this week, right? Or Friday last
Yeah, I
week.
think it was Friday.
I can't remember.
And the Wrongful podcast, I've listened to each one of their episodes at least 3 times. I actually was thinking about doing it another go through because it's like I pick up on something different each time. And then my daughters, who might be watching right now, my son might be as well. But I was telling them about it yesterday. They got a kick out of when I was talking about Sadie being the loho on the totem pole. They thought that was funny. But I was telling them about the Wrongful podcast. I'm like, you got to check out this Wrongful podcast. So, the girls are 17 and my son is 21. Let's get the young kids involved with this too and have it go, viral on TikTok.
Right. Oh, we lost Solomon again. Well, this is this should have been a pre-record. We have but okay. So let me get back to some of the other
Look at her
issues.
face. Look at her face. She's smug.
Yeah.
She's full of snark. The snark is very strong with her.
It is very
And
strong
she's
with
just
her.
lippy. She's just lippy. She's a pain in the neck. I was going to ask you and the people in the chat. Have you watched that documentary on Tubi?
Yes.
Behind the Crime or Beyond the Crime or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the minor daughter is in that documentary. I about fell over dead when I saw that. Yep. She still a minor. And the minor daughter is in that documentary. I about fell over dead when I saw that. Yep. And the minor daughter is in that documentary. I about fell over dead when I saw that. Yep. And the minor daughter is in that documentary. I about fell over dead when I saw that.
Yep. We saw that as well.
As of right now, she's still a minor. And yet her mom thought it was totally okay to put her on that documentary.
Yep.
David, is it working at all for you?
What do you mean?
Does it pop up at all in the background?
I have
Like
nothing in the
backstage?
background but my thing.
This is driving me crazy. I'm sorry.
Look at Sadie's stupid face.
That's
Do
okay.
you know that blue shirt that she wore in the Tubi show? Do you know she wore that shirt twice during the trial? And remember, there was that
She did.
that
Oh, the shirt.
the blue shirt that she wore in the Tubi documentary. That shirt, she wore that
Yeah.
twice during the trial, and she wore it in the Tubi documentary. So there was that text message exchange where Zachariah supposedly had said, "Oh, something like what she was wearing." I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure she was probably wearing the blue shirt. That wouldn't have been a stretch. She wears it all the time.
There we go.
Yeah.
I had to
Watch how
get
many
back up.
times she wears that blue shirt. It's her Sunday best, Josie says. God. Look at her stupid
Yeah, I'm
face.
just not.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
so
not
she'll
a
have it on
fan.
tomorrow.
Just not a fan of the look. Okay, so it says device not connected. Solomon, on my end.
Yeah, I've got.
Is that the open shoulders one? Yes, it's got open shoulders. And trust me, she doesn't have a shape for a shirt like that. So I'm not sure what she's thinking or who the salesperson was that sold it to her. Do you remember that episode of Seinfeld where the lady wore the same dress over and over and over again? I'm starting to think that she wears that blue shirt a lot.
I forgot about that Seinfeld episode, but yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, to be fair, she has 3 kids, and it's not like she's making $200,000 a year or anything like that. So I don't.
Well,
I don't
this
know
is
what
what I was going to pull up. I was going to pull up
I'm
yesterday.
I'm going to try and give her.
Andrew from yesterday, it was like, yeah, this is my best golf shirt. That's what he wore. It's
Oh,
a
that
hoodie.
was funny. That was funny.
So yes, to be fair, these people, everyone here except for the officers are generally not appearing in court often. So give them benefit of the doubt.
I'm trying to do that.
Now, again, I come back to, I did not find her testimony believable.
I didn't either. I didn't find her credible. And I thought like her answers with Sea Witch were rehearsed. And then as soon as Nicole got up there and started talking to her, she just real attitude.
But even if we were to take everything that she says as truth, it still doesn't amount to Zach unaliving Rosalio, right?
No, not even remotely.
Now, maybe stalking. That's what I was originally thinking when we were doing verdict
I don't know.
watch.
I've been divorced, and that means that I was stalked, and every other woman that's going through a child custody thing is stalked. That's insane.
Well,
You're
I
telling
know,
me
but I'm
that
taking her. I'm taking her word for it, right? We're assuming everything she said is 100% accurate. Then maybe she was stalked, right? But I don't believe her, so I don't think it happened. I don't believe her testimony, mainly because of the snark. And I thought, like Andrew yesterday, his testimony was great. It was lighthearted. It was kind of not. It wasn't condescending or flippant at all, like hers was. But he didn't think he came off well. So everyone's got a different opinion of everything, and I'm just curious as to.
Another thing I thought was interesting is when she.
I think it worked.
Yeah, we got it here.
When she was talking. Just one quick thing. When she was talking or asked about Rosalio, the very last text message where I'm going over to Michael's house and she's like, okay, text me later. And he's like, okay. And Sea Witch asked her, did you ever hear from him again? Nope. And then Nicole asked the same basic question. You would think if she was so in love with this guy, like that would be the breaking point for her. And it wasn't. So I don't believe her. Okay, I'll be quiet now.
So we have just a summary of Sadie's testimony, and this is its own thing. So Jen actually pieced this together today a little bit while I was working on the bathroom. So it's a different presentation than we are used to.
Jen is a gem.
So we have, Sadie's testimony. Is it fact or fiction? And that is the real question, because a lot of people are asking that question. And David, you said earlier that it's questionably believable. What she made in allegations today, she says that she ended their relationship for good in December of 2019. These are her assertions. She says that Zach is stalking her because he was jealous. She also claims that she's afraid of him. And she kept saying that Zach kept trying to pursue a relationship with her, despite her saying that it was over, which we'll see. So this is primarily.
I have no idea what we're going with this, but I just
That
say
sounded
I
like a
don't believe
clue.
that. Right?
That's what she said on the stand. Those were her. That's a summary of her testimony about some of the summary of events that occurred. Now we have to address the elephant in the room. April 25th of 2020. What happened that day? We have this situation. I heard the doorbell ring.
Ding dong.
Can't hear anything. Did you share volume or did you share the sound when you shared?
I don't know how to do that. So let me.
Remember, Zach's car had
I just shared screen.
Had those Audi lights on it. I wonder if she saw the black car leaving, if it had the little Audi light.
Did you when you went to share your screen? If you shared the entire screen, you have to click the little thing that says share the sound as well.
So I hit share screen, and then I select the window and do the thing. And
you
then
see a little toggle come up that says share sound.
To share audio, share a tab instead.
Or you can share the entire screen.
So I guess I'm going to share the entire screen. All right, we're going to do that, and we're going to share it. So maybe that'll work. Okay.
All
right.
Oh,
good.
Okay, let's play it.
All right.
Oh, still have nothing. Oh, we should have practiced this ahead of time. This is why practice makes perfect. All right, what's the timestamp?
That Jen has on the video, so that is beautiful.
Okay, so she said.
Anyway,
I heard the doorbell ring, and I was kind of like, "What's that mean?" I got up, and we both got up, and we went to the door, and I didn't see anything or anybody. So then, I went to the window. I have like a bay window that was outside of my bedroom, and I kind of opened up the blinds and peeked out. And as I peeked out, I saw a black car going past the road right in front of the house. I just assumed, knowing that Zach had a black car, that could have possibly been him. So
that's about enough. It's only like 45 seconds.
Oh my God! How did you just pull that out of your head?
She has the transcript in front of her. She had it already. So crime spies saving my
baby. I come prepared.
So then we have the situation where this is also not going to work, where Jessica says, or she says, yeah, he was there that night. This is Sadie talking again. I kind of briefly told him that I thought my ex had been at the house. So that morning, Rosalia goes out to his truck, and he came back in, and he said, hey, did I go in my truck last night? And he said that everything was all messed up, right?
Everything all messed up in my car. And I mean, things are like outside of my glove box, and they're laying on my console.
Yep. So that was that clip. I'm sorry, we're doing this a little bit ad lib. So Sadie and Rosalia's conversation on April 26th, this is really important because if Rosalia had noticed that items were moved around in his car, like she testified to, then wouldn't they have looked for it? Now, if you look at, I don't know if you can see this, you can see that she actually talks to him about how Zach went through his stuff, and he's like, "Are you serious?" And then he actually goes into, "Oh, that's so funny that the note was in the passenger side back pocket seat." Mm-hmm. So she actually asserts that he went through his stuff. He's completely clueless about it. So if you really watch this exchange of messages between them, she tells him right here, Sadie to Junior, he took your vehicle registration note. So he had no clue that any of this was done. So she claims that he walks back in and states that his truck was all messed up, that someone had gone through it. And then she had to explain to him that the registration in this letter was missing. That doesn't make sense. If you're both following along with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a comment that I
yeah, go
said to
ahead.
somebody in the chat, I think earlier. She's a game player. Like, you can tell that's her persona. Who's to say that she didn't go out and rifle through his car just to come up with a scenario to kind of get under his skin? Second of all, you know how there's Rosalio's address written on that registration, Eugene's registration? Okay, at this time, Zach didn't know what Rosalio's address was. So how would he be able to write that on the envelope? He didn't even know where he lived at that point. He hadn't looked up the address yet. Remember how they said that was Zach's?
I mean, the state tried to get in with a later witness that Zach had that letter at his house, but there's no proof that was ever actually true, other than allegedly this photograph that they presented in the court.
Yeah, I think it's bogus. I'd like to see a handwriting sample and compare myself.
So we also had this situation where she claims that they'd come to an agreement that they would celebrate OA's birthday in separate parties, and that she was not allowing Zach in her house at the time, that she was afraid of him, and she just wanted to keep him as far away from her in that situation. Well,
that's contrary to her messages and other activities.
Then her pictures.
Oh.
She took these pictures out with Zach and the kids. And so she's there. She's spending time with him. She's right next to him. You're telling me that you wanted to keep as much space and distance between you and him as possible because you're so afraid of him. Mm-hmm. And yet here you are hanging out casually with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Also, photos of Zach in the house.
Oh, look at this.
So photographic proof. She is absolutely perjuring. She knows that he was in the house. She's lying on the stand.
Yeah, she said he wasn't allowed in the house. Him and his family weren't allowed in the house.
I'm throwing these away now.
She said that they had the party on the deck, is what she claimed. And now we have photographic. These are the photographic proof. This is them inside the house with the same decorations, the same lip decorations. That Zach's left arm reaching down towards the table. He's standing in the kitchen. It's undeniable.
Where you cook a meal.
House. Where you cook a meal. That's right.
Yes.
And then, is he the obsessed ex-boyfriend? And that's where we come to this.
Oh, we're gonna hear it.
We're gonna hear it.
Oh my God!
I hope so.
Can you hear it?
No. Damn it. Is there any way that video could be sent to me?
I can try, but
I want to hear this video.
I do too.
So the screen share was only working to share sound in Google Chrome. And I don't know if I can get it to work without pulling it up in there.
So Jung has a question while you're working on that, and maybe you don't know how to answer it.
Hi, June.
Why weren't these photographs being brought up during the trial to impeach Sadie with?
That's a good question, David. I would like to know that as well. I mean, I'm positive that the state would argue that it's irrelevant to try and block it from being,
But you can use things that are otherwise irrelevant to impeach a witness. You say Zach was never inside your home. Here, let me show you this.
Mm-hmm.
And she can deny it. Then you call another witness to the stand and say, "Yeah, I was there. I took that photo," or whatever, right? So, so you could do things like that to impeach a witness that otherwise would be immaterial. If the purpose of your impeachment is only to discredit the witness's testimony, it could be something that is otherwise irrelevant to the case itself. If it shows that the witness is being deceptive, or I don't want to say perjuring, but misremembering, or telling half truths, or whatever you want to say, you're impeaching the witness's credibility to tell the truth on the stand is what you're doing, and you
Can
can
you find out
absolutely
if
use that
Gravely
photo.
had these pictures, for example?
Well, it's not Gravely; it would be the defense counsel that would do it.
But I mean, can you find out if he had them and didn't turn them over? Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah, my sister.
That's in time with Liz tomorrow, so if you want to come and get her on Monday, or
I'm just
you
sharing
wanna
the video
either drop
file.
her off on Monday,
We
that's
hear it.
fine, and
I'm hoping it's the right
spend
one.
your
I
hour.
don't hear it.
We hear it. Crime Spies, you hear it?
Spend some time
Yep, I hear it.
with Venus,
Okay.
but
Yeah, my sister.
that's in time with Liz tomorrow, so if you want to come and get her on Monday, or you want to either drop her off on Monday, that's fine, and you can spend your hours doing your work with her and all that fun stuff. And then,
Yeah, thank you. We were looking forward to it. We had a little plan, so I just don't want to take that away. We made such good progress on her back homework. It'd be nice to finally get her caught up. Me and her just sit down, we work through it, and we've been doing so good. I don't want to reset that on her just for...
you're not going to reset anything on her. She'll still get her work done.
Well, she hasn't been, and her and I have kind of gotten to the swing of things, so I just don't want to change that up. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
It's not an accusation. I'm just saying we've been drumming it out real good. I kind of want to... That's all.
Oh,
All right.
Alright. Is that it, or what?
Well, no, I mean, you're sending me text messages saying I did something illegal and all this kind of shit, too, which, I mean, I don't know.
Somebody fucking taking pictures, right? That's not fucking cool. I'm sorry. That's fucking with me. I don't think that that's appropriate. I don't think that that's fucking...
Yeah.
normal fucking behavior. I don't think that that's fucking healthy behavior, whatever. I don't think
Right.
it's...
Yeah, I would be...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would be...
What the fuck you got going on there is not good.
Yeah, I would be uncomfortable with that, too. I don't have any pictures
Well, I'm
of
sure
you.
would.
Huh?
Well, I'm sure you would.
I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying, like...
Well, you know what the fuck it means. I'm serious. I'm not even fucking kidding right now. I'm so fucking livid. I cannot even.
I understand you're upset. I don't have any pictures of you, Sadie. I don't know what you want me to say. We had played out some hypotheticals. We had...
I don't want you to say anything because I don't believe you. Nothing. I'm sorry. I know you. No. You're not fucking psychic. That's a load of fucking crap.
I'm not saying I'm psychic. You keep saying that. I don't know why you keep saying...
About me either. And that's a load of shit.
No, it's not. It's not...
And you're not being...
It's not full of shit. I told you the Thursday... The Thursday... Can you just...
It's not welcome.
Can you
It's
just...
not okay.
Fine.
Not only have you fucking broke my heart, but now you have fucking crossed the motherfucking line with me.
There's no line to cross, Sadie. Have your life.
Oh, there is a fucking line, regardless of my fucking life, and that is what you fucking crossed, and it's not okay. None of it is okay, and if you think it is okay, then you go figure that shit out.
You've kicked me to the curb, Sadie. You've got other guys...
I you to the fucking curb. I told you how I felt. I was fucking honest about it. You don't want to fucking hear it. You want to hear it a different way. I don't know what to tell you.
No, you said give you some space, not you got dudes coming over to spend the night, okay?
That means give me some space to do what the fuck I want to do in my own time.
Yeah, whatever you want to do does not mean...
That does not mean that you get to decide who I fucking hang out with, or that it's wrong that I do or I don't.
No, I'm not saying wrong. I'm not saying wrong.
And
Sadie, I think...
I'm sorry, but no. I'm sorry, but fucking no.
You need to give, at least finish. You cut me off or you take parts of comments or whatever and try and turn it into something it's not. Just at least let me, at least voice my point, which is, I cannot pursue a romantic interest with a woman who's spending nights, plutonic or otherwise, nights together with some other dude. I don't see, that's not welcome for me, not for you. I'm not telling you you're a horrible person. You've got your friends, you've got your, yeah. So I'm not.
That's fine.
Yeah.
platonic or otherwise, because I've had people stay over at my house.
Right.
But that was okay, but this isn't.
What?
Fucking whatever.
Sadie, you got dudes staying. You got dudes staying over.
Dude, no, I don't have dudes. I have friends that are allowed to stay if I have my permission, because I have decided whatever I have decided about that.
Right.
Not you, not anybody else.
I know.
It's not your place to fucking tell me what.
I'm not telling you what. I'm telling you what's not right for me. You do whatever you want. Shit.
I don't fucking know. Clearly I couldn't. Clearly I can't.
Clearly you can. I'm not telling you to or not to do anything.
Well, I don't fucking know, because every fucking time I tell you I need space, you're right fucking there.
You invited me over on Thursday, then Friday you hated my guts. Look. What do you mean, so what? I mean, we're friends one day and then you hate me for no reason the next. I don't really get it.
I don't. No. That was all fine and good. That was amicable. There was nothing fucking wrong with that.
Right.
And then Friday rolls around, and then we decide Olivia's going to stay over, and I'm going to decorate here, and then all of a sudden shit hits the fan when I show up at your house on Saturday.
No shit hit the fan.
Fuck out of here.
No shit hit the fan. I'm just saying, somebody told me that you had dudes stay overnight. It's really that simple. Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Your car. You're lying to me. I saw you pull away. I saw the car. You didn't think I did, but I fucking saw you. Why? Because I wasn't doing anything. I fucking saw you parked in the fucking driveway, in the fucking parking lot next door. What a fucking idiot. And furthermore, don't you think I fucking get what it feels like to fucking be hurt and just want to know something? But when you go fucking looking for shit, maybe you find shit that you don't fucking understand.
Okay, it doesn't matter if I don't understand it. It's not something that I would...
It does fucking matter if you don't understand it.
No,
it matters a lot, because you should just leave the fucking shit, leave me the fuck alone about it. Not fucking try to fucking go follow me somewhere, or figure out where I'm going, or who the fuck I'm talking to, or what their name is, or any of it. Why? Because it's my fucking business, and if I want you to know, I would have told you.
Yeah.
If I wanted Olivia to know, I'd have fucking told her.
Right.
If I wanted anybody else to fucking know, I would have told them. Because why? Because it's my business, and when I'm ready to fucking tell anybody anything about my life, I will. I didn't tell anybody about you until I was fucking ready. I didn't tell anybody about fucking having Olivia until I was ready.
Yeah.
The fuck? It's my fucking business.
It is your business. Have your business.
You have your fucking business. You mind your fucking business. And respect. I mean, you've broken so many fucking respectful boundaries with me, I don't even know what to think anymore.
There's nothing to think, Sadie. I just told you.
But you are fucking disrespectful to me.
I just told you.
Well, you're just trying to find a path forward. How about don't disrespect me? How about don't fucking violate my goddamn privacy? How about don't fucking do that shit? Don't be destructive, self-destruction. How about that?
Jesus, I just told you. The nature of...
What does he have to do with that? He's fucking big.
The nature of your friendships is not...
The nature of my friendships is my motherfucking business.
Is not the type of scenario that I would feel comfortable pursuing a relationship. That's all.
For you. Maybe I should have said the same motherfucking thing when you were sticking your dick in other motherfuckers too.
Jesus, Sadie. Come on.
Oh, it doesn't feel so good being on that fucking foot, does it?
What's your...
Dude, I am so fucking through the goddamn roof with you. You think this is fucking funny. You think this is fucking kids play.
No, I don't.
You got some shit? Good for fucking you. I'm so fucking pissed right now.
No, I think it's very serious and you're not listening to me.
It's very fucking evident that you are fucking stalking me.
I'm not stalking you.
You did.
What are you talking about? Me and the kids came over the other day just to pick up warmer clothes.
In the middle of the fucking night. You left our kids to fucking come here in the middle of the night. I saw your car.
Then go take a picture of the license plate or something. Don't just accuse me. Holy shit.
I saw your car.
You keep saying...
You know I saw your car.
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I don't. If I wasn't driving my car the other night, then how the... Then, if I wasn't driving my car the other night, then how are you going to see it unless you're here? I mean, come on.
Any fucking bit of hope, man. Any fucking bit. You just consistently fucking disrespect me. Consistently.
Any bit of hope went out the window when you had dudes stay overnight, or when you stayed overnight at somebody.
Disrespect me. Oh, really? Really? When I stay the night over at anybody's fucking friend's house. Anybody.
No, listen.
Oh, no.
No, the relationship's too damaged. I don't really have enough trust to say, yeah, go stay over a night.
You don't have enough trust. Oh,
yeah.
Really? Really? How did I fucking mistrust you? How did that happen? When did I fucking cheat on you?
Look, my heart isn't okay with it.
Your heart isn't okay with what?
With your friends and staying overnight at their house, or them staying at your house, or whatever you want to spin it.
Okay, it's not okay for me to stay over by my best friend's fucking house. That's not okay. I can't stay anywhere because why? Why can't I?
No, you can. No, you can. So stop twisting it. Yes, you can.
Somewhere, then I'm not worthy of being a girlfriend? I don't fucking know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're trying to fucking say here.
No, that the trust is damaged in our relationship, where I don't feel comfortable that you have any interest in pursuing a relationship with me. It feels like you're pursuing relationships with other people. That's it.
So it felt like you were pursuing relationships with other people too, and so what? And so I didn't want any part of that either, but dumbass me took you fucking right on back, didn't I?
This isn't a revenge game, Sadie. I'm not going to do that.
It's not a revenge game. I'm not trying to make it a revenge game. I'm just trying to say you want to fucking act like, oh, I'm the big fucking bad guy because, oh my God, I had a friend stay over. Or, really, who's the fucking, calling the fucking kettle black here?
I don't know about, I don't know about my history or why you keep trying to bring it up like it justifies.
It has a fucking relevance. Because if you don't see it has a relevance, then something's fucking flawed there too. Because that's how we got here. We didn't get here because you were fucking Mr. Goody-Goody. Because you were so fucking faithful to me. Because you gave a shit about me and my fucking feelings. Because you cared so fucking much about our children and our family, about staying together.
I'm well aware of what I screwed up, Sadie.
But now I have one fucking time that you fucking show up and somebody's in the fucking driveway, and now it's a fucking, oh my God, I can't do this and I can't do that. Fine. Fucking fine.
Okay.
But don't fucking disrespect me.
Don't
fucking cross boundaries with me just because you want to satisfy some shit that is none of your fucking business.
It's none of my business. Whatever you're doing is none of my business.
It wasn't your business before either.
Then either. It's not.
It fucking wasn't.
I agree.
It's somewhat validation that I have a fucking friend even after I fucking told you.
After you told me what?
That I have a friend I'm talking to. That I'm talking to a couple other people.
Good, fine, whatever. It's like you're trying to throw it in my face.
No, I'm not trying to throw it in your face. No more than you fucking throwing it in my face that you've got other women out there that'll do shit.
No.
It's no fucking difference, Dad. You want to put the fucking shoe on somebody else's foot. You want to try to act like, oh, no, I don't did that to you. But you very much did. Our entire fucking relationship. Now, all of a sudden, I'm the fucking bad guy because you got a little piece of your fucking own medicine? The fuck out of here. It's not a revenge game. It's just what happened. That's what happens when you fucking don't pay attention to anybody. That's what happens when you fucking kick somebody to the curb, Zach. I didn't kick you to the curb first.
Look.
I told you I needed more. I told you I fucking needed you to be there.
Yep.
I told you I needed help with the fucking kids, and you weren't. And oh my God, I'm sorry your fucking back hurt. So did mine. I popped out 3 motherfucking kids. My hips are fucked. I go to the chiropractor to fucking handle it. I still go to fucking work every day. I still get up every day. I still make sure these kids got what they fucking need.
And now I will do my best to be there for the kids. And now I will do my best to be there for you. I'm sorry it's too late, Sadie. I don't
treat me like shit. Don't treat me like shit because all of a sudden now you fucking get it.
I'm not treating you like shit.
You have the fucking time to do it.
I'm not treating you like shit. I'm telling you to go have your friends and have your space.
Yeah. Well, but maybe you shouldn't be so fucking...
That wasn't it, was it, Sal? Or Sal?
He said the last 21 seconds had to be cut off. So that must have been the end of it. Holy cow.
Well, hang on. That's not the last 21 seconds.
No, the last 21 seconds can't be released.
You're still muted, Solomon.
We're at 13:49. We're 13:49. We go to 15:55. We have another 2 minutes.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Very good.
Crass about it and mean about it and fucking horrible about it.
I don't know what you mean.
Maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Calling people fucking names. Any of those fucking...
I didn't call you any name.
Being mean to my fucking friend. Calling Becky Barkey. Fucking all of it. All of it. People you don't even know. Just a fucking friend and he's got to be a fat fuck now. Just fucking mean. You're fucking horribly mean. I don't say shit like that about any of the fucking girls. Not one. Not the chick that you fucking brought. I didn't say shit about her. I didn't say shit about how she looked. I didn't say shit about who she was.
Who?
I didn't call her a fucking whore.
Who?
Nothing. I didn't speak about her in any fucking other term. I was pissed at you. Not her. I was pissed at you. You're the
Who?
one who took her to fucking Candace's party. She didn't fucking take you, and even if she did, maybe she didn't know about me.
That was Steve's-
I'm sorry, I don't blame the fucking chick and blame her fucking...
That was Steve's date, for fuck's sake. God, you're just
No,
like trying to...
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Sure, bring Steve Z over here too. I'll have a conversation with him because he's the only one who would be close enough to try to fucking sneak pictures in my fucking house. Or maybe I should talk to him about his girlfriend that you took to Candace's party, who he clearly told me was not his girl.
It wasn't his girlfriend. It was his date. Oh, God.
He doesn't like her. He doesn't like those girls. He doesn't like her. He wasn't going to take her. He wasn't going to go with her.
He was.
Hippie chick. And she's some fucking little fucking church-going girl that you fucking, you know, all hyped up on. I don't know. I don't even care.
Wow.
You know, I started not fucking caring when you started not giving a shit about me because you were okay with fucking showing up with some other chick. And you were okay with it after you fucking flipped over and you were okay with that fucking behavior. You were okay with it. You thought it was okay.
I don't, and I'm sorry. I don't, and it hurts.
Well, I'm sorry too, but what do you
Yep.
want me to say? I mean, this shit that you're pulling right now is fucking level up shit. This is bullshit.
I'm not pulling anything.
You don't deserve this.
That was it. The last thing, I'm not pulling anything, have your friends, and now we have to stop it.
oh my
So-
God.
So
Yeah,
for
so the last part, I was like a little quick, but the last line is have your friends, and then we got to stop it. So,
Thank you
Well,
for
that's giving
sharing
me,
that
like-
with us, Solomon.
it's giving me some like work nerves, right? Because I deal with this all the time. This is family law, custody battles, people breaking up, and even though they claim they don't want to be with the other person, are jealous when he's bringing girls around or whatever, or suspecting other people's friends of being. Oh my God, it's very, very, very common.
I think that it was really interesting because in this exchange you see that she wanted him to chase her when she was dating other people, and she wasn't mad. She wasn't mad about anything really, other than the fact that she was caught. And in that exchange, you can hear her get mad at him because he figured out what she was up to, and then he decided that he didn't want to take part in that. And that's what he said. He said, you do you, whatever makes you happy. It doesn't work for me. So
Yep.
this looks like the end. So I have my answer. I'm going to move on. That is very different than what the prosecution sold you. And that is very different than the lies that Sadie Beecham told on the stand.
This could have been admitted with Sadie on the stand. Well, I know some people were asking if Zach would have testified. Could this have been admitted? No, not to prove his statements, but to impeach Sadie on the stand. Yes, this could have been admitted. The question is, should it have been? That's a judgment call. He is accused of a lot of things. Now, he denies them, but he is also accused of a lot of things. So you could see this from a lawyer, defense attorney standpoint of being, well, we're just reinforcing her allegations that she just made on the stand. So maybe we don't play it. I'm not saying that's what happened, but there's things to think about when you are thinking about playing something like this. So,
I mean, I personally think that it shows that the defense did not. Well, but the defense didn't actually. They didn't fulfill their role properly. This would have been something that any reasonable person when listening to can hear how unhinged she is. you can hear, if you're familiar with the recording, that she is actually undermining her own testimony. And if they were familiar enough with this, they should have brought it in and then questioned her about it. These recordings, because this isn't the only one. There's a bunch of them. There's hours of this. And
don't you
they
find
should
it
have reviewed
interesting
it
that
all.
he was the one that was recording her, not vice versa? So who was really afraid of who?
Yeah, and but there are
as far as I know, there's no recordings that she took of Zachariah, and he's calm as a cucumber in that, and she's hysterical.
Yeah. So the
she's unhinged.
I mean, it definitely shows that she's a bit angry, right? So the question is just, is it going to play well? Like, I wouldn't be afraid to play it, but others not afraid, not like I'm scared to play it, but it's always a question of is it going to help or hurt? And I think at the end of the day, if they were been able to play the whole thing, including Zach's comments, not for hearsay purposes, but just to get not for the truth of the matter asserted that he's denying these things, but to play it in order to justify her responses in the recording. They should have. They should have. I don't know if they should have, but they could have played this, and it definitely would have been interesting to see.
I think that it would have changed the entire direction of the trial. I think that it would have completely impeached her credibility. It would have turned the state's whole case on its head, because she's the linchpin of their entire case. She's the one that told the police who to investigate. She's the one that told Rosalio's friends who she thought committed this act. She's the one that worked with the DA to try and make sure that he got convicted. She's the one that played the victim to the press, and that's where we're at. And David, the evidence is undeniably in the discovery, and I'm sorry that that's the way it is, but it's true.
Yeah. So, but like Irish said too, I just pulled up her chat. It's never really clear. Like, we don't. I'm not trying to say that the defense counsel screwed up, or I'm trying to say that they absolutely did screw up or anything. It's interesting to think about how this case would have gone if that, and you said that there's more recordings would have been presented, because she claims that she was extremely scared. And you said that this was Jen actually said that this was April 25th. This is right before. Is this right before or after the birthday?
This is Owe's birthday. This is just after the party. This is like around 7:19 p.m. or something like that.
Okay, all right. And shortly after this, Zach files
on April 25th.
Like 10 days later, not even. Zach files.
He filed on the 8th, so yes, roughly.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so this is all coming to a head. This is very typical of what you see in the family law thing. It doesn't mean anybody's stalking each other. These two people need to learn how to live separate lives. And she is having a hard time with that. Like you said, she wants Zach to chase her, and she's mad that Zach is over her. Very, very common for one party to be angry at the other one because they're not fighting for them. When the fight ends, the relationship is over, so they still want that fight.
Solomon, what time did you say this was? What time did you say this recording was on the 25th?
I think around 7:19 p.m.
Okay, because CD 7:17, do you think? City calls Zach, call last 25:39. Then Rosalio at 8:17 p.m. Rosalio just say, that's crazy. Stated to Rosalio, well, I guess he has your info. You should have his. That's when that whole conversation starts. Correct. Is after this phone call.
Correct. Jen, who looked at it earlier today, she said 7:33 p.m. So yes, right around that time. That's correct.
Yeah. So at 8:20, so not even 50 minutes later, she's having the conversation with Rosalio. Well, I guess if he has your info, you should have his.
Yep. So she's pissed when Zach says, "You know what? I'm done. You go enjoy your life with whoever you want to spend your time with, your friend, your significant other, whatever relationship you want to pursue. I'm good. I'm out." and then she tells Rosalio to go break his legs.
And unfortunately, I'm done.
Unbelievable.
It's time.
I gotta run. We went way over, Jung.
Yeah.
You're welcome for the extra 15 minutes or so.
It's my fault. It was all the technology issues on my end because we couldn't get the file up. So tomorrow is the remainder of Sadie, and then who else do we move into, David?
Oh God. Okay, let me see. All right, so after Sadie, we have then Martin Howard, detective. Then
Walmart.
we have Walmart detective. Yep. And then
then
so
the
we have all
Walmart
the
manager.
Walmart stuff. Yep.
And
the
then
Walmart manager,
Walmart detective, and then a Walmart manager, and then
it's all kinds of Walmart.
And then we have Rebecca Jekyll as Sadie accused Zach of calling her Barky. That is the person who they referenced. And then our FBI agent. And then do they call Sean Morton back for a little bit more?
Yep.
So we get Sean Morton back in for more
so
discussion.
many witnesses.
So
many witnesses tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a big day. Wrongful is joining us tomorrow. So the ladies of Wrongful podcast, if you haven't seen or listened to Wrongful Pod, make sure you do that. We're going to be on with them tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. So David, thank you very much for staying late. Thank you everybody for being here. God bless you.
Peace out.